Welcome back, everybody. Really excited for a new episode today. We're going to be smoking meats. I've got a bone-in pork butt that I've got rubbed down with my JT's Everyday Seasoning that I make, and it's really good. I like to give it about 2-3 days, and that really gets in there and also really helps the smoke just pull to the meat. So I've got that here that's been marinating. I've got some applewood chips soaking. You should give them at least about a half hour to soak before you start up. I've got the smoker on. I've got it preheated, kind of work off some of the whatever might have been in there, any dust or anything. Sanitize it, if you will. I got it about 225, which is perfect temperature for smoking. And I actually like to smoke meats during the winter and the cold season because I feel like it helps regulate that temperature a little bit better. My smoker runs hot, and during the summer it's just too much. So perfect time of the year for this. I'm going to put this in at about 225 for about 4 hours. That's going to give us a nice pink ring, a nice amount of smoke. And then I'm going to wrap it in aluminum foil. We're going to put it back in for a couple more hours. So we are also going to do this with some green beans. We're going to do a quick pickle that goes really well with this, and we're also going to make some baked beans as well. Kind of doctor them up, and it's going to be really good. It's going to be a real nice smoked day. So go ahead and get this loaded up in 1 second, and we're going to get this kicked off. Alrighty, so I've got this preheated about 225, like I was just saying. I've got the wood chips soaked. You want them to soak because you don't want them to burn. You want them to smoke. That way it gets get all that flavor. And I'm probably gonna have to refill this about every half hour, 45 minutes. So this is kind of an all-day thing. Just throw those in there, no big deal. First thing that's gonna come off is some water vapor. Don't worry about that. And I'm gonna go a little heavy this first round just to get it going. All right. Flame didn't go out, that's good. So we got that going. I'm also going to put this pork butt up a little bit higher because I want more smoke than heat. So, as you can see, we got that beautiful pork butt all nice and rubbed. Beautiful. Smells great. I'm going to put it right here in the middle. Kind of rub in where I got my gloves all on there. Go ahead. Shut this up. Now, I like to keep the vents closed on mine. It helps keep the temperature down. But like I said, I'm going to check this about every half hour, 45 minutes for the next 4 hours, and get this really rocking and rolling. So, I'm really excited to bring you on this journey, share my knowledge on this aspect. This is something I haven't been able to do a lot since I've been quite busy. So I'm really excited to get really back into it. So, thanks for joining us, and we'll move on to the next item. Alrighty, we are back inside the nice, dry, cozy camper. The smoker is rolling good. I just checked on it again. Next thing we're going to do, a quick pickle. That's the next second longest thing. And what we're going to do is equal parts salt and sugar to some water. So probably roughly about a cup of salt and sugar each, about a cup of water, and all we're going to do is bring it up to heat to dissolve it. And then in this container I've got some celery, carrots, a little onion. I've also got some garlic, some dill, and a little bit of red pepper flakes to give it some heat. And we're just basically going to get this heated up so it dissolves, pour this over top, and then we're going to let that sit about 4 or 5 hours. So that'll be ready once we're ready for dinner. So, going to go ahead and get this all lit up. And we'll get the water in there. We'll do about two of these. That was sugar. About 2 heaping of this. And then basically, we're just going to let that dissolve. You can see it's kind of cloudy right now. That's part of that process. Alright, so our salt, our sugar's in there, all dissolved. I'm going to add a little bit of vinegar. I'm going to do about 1/4 cup of that as well. We want just a hint of that vinegarness, but we don't want anything too strong. So, nice little taste. You could use white vinegar. It just gives it a stronger taste. So I like to do maybe half the amount and then see where you're at. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this over. Now you can let this cool completely if you were to do, because it's the same way if you would do a brine for like a meat or something, like I will do for Thanksgiving. In this instance, I don't mind that it's warm, especially with carrots in there, because carrots are a thicker, heartier vegetable, and so that it'll kind of help break them down a little bit easier, a little bit faster. So we're just going to give it a good mix, get everything nice and mixed up here. I can see the red pepper flakes, the dill, everything's all really nice and incorporated. I'm going to let that sit out on the counter just till it gets kind of a little bit cooler. I'm going to pop that in the fridge for about 4 or 5 hours. We'll give her a taste, see how it is. Should be really good and really add to the flavors of the meal overall. Alrighty, it's been a few hours now. It's been about 2.5, 3 hours. I've been rolling smoke every 45 minutes or so. I've been filling it up with more wood chips. So we're going to take a peek. Come here. Look at that. So that's starting to get a good, what we call bark. That nice darkness to it. All that fat's rendering off. Go ahead and add a little more water. I keep water in a basin over the smoking part of the thing. It helps add more moisture to the pork. And I'm just going to go ahead and load it up with more chips. Now I'm going to probably only let this go for another hour or so. I'm going to go a little heavier on the chips because of that. And after that, I'm going to wrap it in foil and then just let it go ahead and cruise on for another couple hours, because I don't want it to really smoke anymore, because it's got a nice smoke flavor. I really just wanted to keep cooking, tenderizing itself, but locking in all those flavors at the same time. So I'm really excited. This is coming out wonderful, and I'm really excited to dig in, show you the final product and all the sides we got going on. Alright, let's look at the goodness here. Ooh, baby. Now look at that. You see that nice bark on there? This is a good indication of the smoke level. You can see there's a kind of a pink line in there. That's your smoke line basically, and that's how deep it gets into the meat. The other great thing with this one is if it's bone in, look at it just slide out like that. That means it's perfectly done, perfectly cooked, and it's gonna be super soft and tender. It's just gonna pull off just like this. See that nice pink right there? Doesn't go real deep, but it goes a nice little layer. That's where your smoke is. So what I like to do is like the last hour or two, I'll wrap it in this foil here, and that just kind of helps steam itself, and it helps keep the juices locked in. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna get rid of this bone, and we're gonna bring it inside, kind of build you our awesome like country house smokehouse plate that you could get, and I'm really excited for this. This looks awesome. I wish you could smell what I could smell right now. So let me get this inside and I'll bring you in with me. Alrighty, so this to me is a traditional, country smokehouse plate you could get on the side of a road of a, an awesome pit smoker. I got some bacon green beans, real simple. I've got some modified baked beans. I added some barbecue sauce, some bacon, a little bit of coffee that my grandma taught me to do, a little bit more seasonings in there. It creates a really nice different flavor. Got the pork, a little bit of chunk of white bread, and then our pickle. Now this is going to be a great feast. I'm really excited to eat it, and I hope you really enjoy this this awesome intro into smoking.